more than half at 59%.
State officials are working to amp up efforts to keep drug dealers out of South Dakota. Today, the state Senate approved a bill to strengthen punishments for distributing and manufacturing meth. It would make state prison mandatory for meth dealers, but the bill allows courts to go below the mandatory sentence if the defendant meets certain criteria. That includes if they're a non-violent offender and if the crime did not result in death or serious harm. The proposal would also increase penalties for people who sell meth to minors.
Well, drug dealers prey on addicts who wind up behind bars themselves. Every year, many meth users leave incarceration only to circle back. Some spend a few months locked up, but it takes their body much longer to recover from the drug.
That means when people get out of jail, their addiction is often stronger than they are. KDLT's Allison Royal investigates how South Dakota can stop this revolving door.
If you met Brent 17 years ago, you probably wouldn't recognize him.
Fingertips had kind of ballooned out and cracked open, and I could taste the meth coming out of my fingertips.
Looking back, he doesn't recognize himself.
As I look back, there are weeks, possibly even months, where I'm missing memory. I woke up one day with the realization that if I don't do something, I am going to die. And I was pretty okay with that.
He was 6'4" and only 160 pounds. He lost custody of his 4 daughters to foster care. However, the courts gave Brent an opportunity to go to treatment and save his life.
And then when we look at the rehabilitative efforts, they just aren't there.
According to state officials, not all addicts get the option of court-ordered treatment. Many meth offenders in the Sioux Empire are only sent to jail or prison, and for a short period of time.
The lack of treatment that we have here that's supported, it's a big problem because we become, again, sort of this revolving door.
While the state says its short jail sentences are saving money, not all agree. Lincoln County, for example, doesn't have a jail, so it spends $1 million a year housing its prisoners in other counties. Lincoln County State's Attorney Tom Woolman says he would like to see Governor Dugard invest in treatment.
He had saved $30 million on his Department of Corrections budget. If that's the case, and we haven't even spent $1 million of that on meaningful treatment programs, then we really have missed the mark.
For a selected number of high-risk offenders, the justice system provides a rehabilitative alternative, drug court.
Every single person that walks into drug court has been through the hammers of hell.
Judge Pat Rykell says they take a holistic approach. She says many of the people who walk into drug court are survivors of abuse. Since 2011, 164 people have been selected for the drug court program. 62 of those have graduated.
Seeing the writing on the wall that we have to do something different than just lock up.
They call about 45 of these people success stories. They've gone 5 years without being rearrested for a felony. But some of the cases on court officials' desks make their way right back.
It's not unusual for someone to get arrested on a meth matter, get released on bond, and pick up 2 or 3 new meth charges within a short period of time.
For Brent, life after addiction now has new meaning. He earned his master's degree and is now a drug counselor at a treatment facility where he helps those who have walked in his shoes. He's grateful for the abundance of resources and counseling he and his family received years ago instead of prison.
Even with those services, I would still struggle it.
Because not everybody gets a second chance.
Meth will kill you. Meth doesn't look at you as a person. It just rips you apart and drags you down.
In Sioux Falls, Allison Royal, KDLT News.
And according to